I don't think I have a single hobby that doesn't revolve around a screen, and it's destroying my brain. For a few months now, I've been trying to curb my phone addiction, and I've done that. I don't doom scroll for hours at a time anymore, and I feel really comfortable leaving my phone behind and disconnecting for a little while. But let's be clear, disconnecting to me only means my phone. In my brain, it is perfectly acceptable to do the exact same things I would be doing on my phone, on my computer, or iPad for some reason. The point that I ended my phone addiction video with is that I found it far more enjoyable to just stare at different screens. And I thought that was a pretty reasonable conclusion to come to. That is, until I presented the video in front of my video editing class, because it was also my final for that class. I got an A, by the way, thanks for asking. And once I got to that part of the video, the professor paused it, looked at me, and said, "You know, you should really spend your free time creating things, not just staring at different screens." And then he just continued the video like he didn't just basically tell me I'm wasting my fucking time watching The Sopranos and playing video games all day. I'm just kidding, professor. If you're watching this, by the way, you're the best. And I'm not even saying that so he doesn't fail me because I already got the A. But basically, him saying that made me reflect. And upon reflection, I realized that every single hobby I have revolves around staring at a screen. Watching YouTube, staring at a screen. Watching TV shows, staring at a screen. Playing video games, staring at a screen. Staring at a screen, staring at a screen. I've basically swapped out my phone addiction for a Nintendo Switch, iPad, and computer addiction. I'm back to square one in a way. How could I ever be fully disconnected if every hobby I have only exists in the digital world? Boo! I'm sorry, I thought that would be funny. No, don't cry, it wasn't that scary. I mean, the ultimate goal here is to stop staring at screens all day, because it turns out even screens not in my pocket that display billions of colors and flashing images every second can be overstimulating for my brain. Who would have thought? I think it's about time that I get some boring hobbies, things that don't exist in the digital world, and put my brain at ease rather than filling it with new information every second. The first hobby that I'd love to incorporate is reading. I remember in school, almost every English class I had would have dedicated reading time, and at the time I always hated this, but looking back now, I could kind of see how I would always get lost in the book that I was reading. It actually slows my brain down and forces me to think. There's very few things that could slow my brain down like that. The other ones I don't think I could talk about on the internet. Of course, all I need to do now is just buy a few books, and I think I'll just get a library card. If anyone who's friends with me in 7th grade is watching this, first of all, I'm so sorry. And second of all, you might remember that I went through an art phase in middle school. Now, by went through an art phase, I just mean that I bought a bunch of sketchbooks that I never filled up and colored pencils that I never had to sharpen. If I could get that money back, I might be able to buy a house. Or at least like the carpet for one room of the house. What middle school me going through an art phase means for me currently though is that I have a bunch of art supplies lying around for me to get back into art again. It also means that I have an Instagram account filled with horrible artwork that I don't remember the password for. Drawing's great though. I really did love it even if I could never draw human hands or human faces or like any part of a human really. And listen, I'm still gonna be staring at some screens. I'm still gonna watch YouTube videos. I'm still gonna watch my DVD box set of The Sopranos. This is more just about being more intentional with the ways I choose to consume my time. I should be asking myself the question, is this really worth my time? Instead of just mindlessly doing it. Do I really want to watch that 4-hour video about Jerry Seinfeld dating that 17-year-old? Or do I just want something to fill the silence? Oh, look at this guy with his books and his sketchbook and his, I don't know if I forgot what else I was saying. Oh, look at this guy with his sketchbooks and his book and his, I hear you, okay? Yeah, and I get it, all right? I look like a fucking dweeb bringing a book with me to read on my break at work and listening to music on my record player like I'm a father playing Sinatra for his nuclear family. And you know what the worst part is? I don't even want to make fun of myself more than that because it's genuinely really fun to do those things. You know, I feel like every video in the Durso Self-Improvement series, TM, has kind of ended the exact same way. Oh, I did this thing, and sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's bad, but no, I found this perfect middle ground, and it worked out perfectly. Look, it's not my fault that self-improvement ends with myself being improved, and that there's nuance to everything, and that I can't go 0 to 100 on every single new habit that I try to form. And that might not always make for the most riveting conclusion to a YouTube video, but it means something to me, damn it. Why am I yelling? Repeat after me. Wow, that thing that's scientifically proven to improve my physical and mental health has improved my physical and mental health. I wouldn't have guessed. Reading books is great. I highly recommend it. I've been reading David Wright's memoir because it combines my two favorite things, baseball and people from Virginia. Drawing is fun. Look, I drew this duck. And yes, giving my full attention to the activities I'm indulging in helps me focus better. I paused the YouTube video I was second screening to finish this part of the script so I would know that. Thank you for watching this video. This video is sponsored by this iPod Shuffle that I bought on eBay because I think it's really funny that it exists. Okay, bye.